WWE is about to make some quote-unquote aggressive budget cuts to the company following the sale to Endeavor. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to fill you in on everything that we know so far. Before I do, though, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. So this week, WWE President Nick Khan did an interview. He told Lightshed Partners that Endeavor will look to significantly reduce costs across a number of WWE initiatives following the sale to the company. Again, Endeavor, parent company of UFC, bought 51% of WWE just after WrestleMania this year. They're now the owners. Ari Emanuel and company paid a considerable amount of money for the company, and now they want to make sure that the finances are, quote, in order so that they can move forward and make money back. That's kind of how these sales work. He said the following, and I quote, "If you look at what Endeavor was able to take out cost-wise from UFC in 2016, or shortly after the deal was done, we have the same expectation here. We, being WWE, we think 50 million is a really conservative number." He went on to say, "We have integration teams now. We're going to get those in shape, and I think we'll have a better sense of it in a month or two. We're going to be pretty aggressive with them to make sure that for our shareholders and for our company, our organization is as lean and mean as possible, and we're going to rely on the Endeavor flywheel to make up the rest." All right, so to everyone out there, that probably sounds very corporate. It sounds, honestly, if you ask me, pretty mean and just not a good thing to do. Borderline evil, the way that some of these CEOs and presidents talk about cost cutting and things like that, and the way that they can just kind of make cutting people's entire jobs out, feel part of a normal process, which is just stupid if you ask any sensible human being. But here we are. WWE sold. This was kind of expected. We've seen it, across the board with a lot of acquisitions. You look back to Warner Brothers Discovery. That acquisition led to a lot of budget cuts across their departments. You look at even, you go back in the day of the AOL Time Warner merger, if you want to talk about professional wrestling. There were a lot of people from Time Warner who had their departments gutted due to budget cuts, due to that acquisition. And this is unfortunately part of the process. It shouldn't be. And I think it's disgusting that it is, but it is. And you can tell right there, Nick Khan, he's not trying to hide it. And look, remember, WWE was a company that before the sale was trying to get lean, before the sale was doing budget cuts, before the sale were cutting talent and other people. And look, you want to start cutting departments, you want to start cutting, like some of the talent that WWE are paying exorbitant amounts of money for, they likely could be on the chopping block. And just like we saw during the pandemic, just like we saw, last year, expect some talent to be cut. And you could see some considerable names, because remember, with Vince kind of back in a chairman role, with Nick Khan doing what he's been doing, you should expect people, and unfortunately, I hate talking about it, you should expect, though, people who potentially have storylines in WWE being cut just because it's best for business. And it's unfortunate because it's something that's not necessarily the best for the professional wrestling business, the business of pro wrestling, or it's honestly only best for WWE, Nick Khan, and everyone who owns a piece of the company. That's the unfortunate part of when a company goes public, when a company gets this big, that you have shareholders and things like that, and it's part of, like when Vince McMahon says, "Oh, WWE, we're a family here," it's all bullshit. And any company that tells you that, oh, we're like a family, that's this big and treats their workers like WWE does, come on, we all know it's an open secret. It's a lie. This is a company that is no different than any other, like, big time company. Like, let's be honest. You'll lie to your employees as long as you can, just to quell any tension, to quell any, potential litigation or anything like that, and make sure you protect yourself. WWE has zero interest in telling the wrestlers and telling the staff and telling their employees what's going to happen, because why would they? It's not in their best interest. What's in their best interest, keep everything hush, keep everything quiet until the very last minute, give you some severance pay, and just sign off, be like, all right, cool, we cut $50 million. Now Nick Khan and everyone else, we cut so many people. Let's give each other some bonuses now for doing such a great job. And let's give the firm that we hired to cut all these people a bonus because they did such a great job. Hypothetically. It's obviously, I sound very passionate about this. It's because I am, and I think that things like this are stupid, especially for a company that is at its most profitable it's ever been. Yet that is the unfortunate situation that we face. And again, I want to stress this. We're not only talking about, wrestlers being cut. We're not only talking about, the talent. We're also talking about entire departments. People who don't make as much as a lot of professional wrestlers do, losing their jobs in corporate, like low-level, entry-level staff losing their jobs, who are just starting out, who are just trying to make ends meet, losing their jobs because shareholders, because Endeavor paid so much money. Oh, they deserve to cut your job because they paid so much money and they have so much more power than you. It's the messed up, ducked up world we live in, folks. Gonna be big time news when it does drop, because I look, it's just what happens when these companies acquire each other. But I want to hear from you. What's your take on the potential budget cuts in WWE? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Also, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released.